everyone, welcome to the Movie Reception Show. My name is Fariba, and today we're about to watch The Last of Us Episode 6. It's been quite a long gap since we've last seen a Last of Us episode, and that's just because Episode 5 came out a couple days earlier than it was supposed to, and that was because of Super Bowl. But even that being the case, I mean, I think we can all just still recall everything that happened for episode 5. I mean, just the roller coaster ride it was, just from, meeting Sam and Henry, seeing the dynamic between Sam and Ellie, seeing just like some of the happiness, some of the more normality that we saw as we saw like these four guys just together, and how the relationship built up, and then all of a sudden the sudden tragedy that happens by the end of the episode. I mean, I think to this day that is the Last of Us episode that broke me the most, and I'm still trying to take in everything that's happened from that day, like from that episode even today. But yeah, I mean, this episode didn't just hit us, but it also hit Ellie and Joel pretty hard as well, just to see Ellie just so distraught, and then just to see Joel kind of having this, this foreshadow almost, or just like, just this fear in him, to see in his eyes that, oh my god, I might have to deal with this again, and I don't think he can really handle this sort of situation. Like, that is something that is really hard to really take in. And I mean, again, this show has done such a spectacular job and really just narrating and showing the humanity, the humanistic perspective of everything that's going on in this world, and not just making it just another action-packed not zombie show, because they're not trying to say zombie, but a post-apocalyptic sort of TV show that we're seeing right here. And again, tonight we're about to see Tommy come back after, we first saw him in episode 1, so that's going to be a very interesting dynamic to see tonight. What does this mean for Joel? What does this mean for Ellie? We know for Joel that Tommy is literally the last thing he has left, because Tess has passed away from all the way back in episode 2. Bill and Frank are gone. All he has left is Ellie, and then of course Tommy. So lots of questions about that. And after tonight, we only have 3 episodes left of The Last of Us, so we're basically getting to the beginning of the end. I mean, it's really insane how much the show has become so popular and become such the most talked about show as of this year. And I mean, it's insane how this show has become such a huge phenomena. And I mean, again, I can't wait to see how this show ends. But yeah, without further ado, let's watch The Last of Us Episode 6. Oh, why are you taking us back?
Give me the gun, Henry. Give me the gun. Henry, no!
Why must they do that to us? 3 months later? What?
And the gun.
Who the hell are you?
Just someone passing through.
Why did you shoot him?
The gun's all the way over there.
Oh my god.
He didn't hurt me, by the way.
Yeah, I got eyes. You made him soup?
Yeah, I did. It's cold out.
I'm looking for my brother.
Oh, I ain't seen him.
Signs in the enormous fucking forest.
Holy.
Jeez. What happened in these 3 months?
Exactly where? And your answer better be the same as your wife's.
You telling me the truth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody.
I didn't want to.
Listen, I didn't mean to upset you about your brother, but if you've come this
It
far...
was in the summer.
Not the bugs, the people.
There are firefly people?
I love that.
You got any advice on the best way west?
Yeah.
You're not gonna scare us.
Scared him?
Oh shit.
Fireflies.
I told him to put that back. Is he having a panic
Joel,
attack?
you okay? Joel?
Shut up.
He's
sure
having a
you're
panic
dying?
attack. He's having a panic attack.
Okay.
He's having a panic attack.
fine.
He's
No,
having a
but are
panic
you? It's
attack.
just a reminder that if you're dead, I'm
I
fucked.
said I'm fine.
He's a panic attack.
Just cold air.
No, it's a
Oh,
panic
sorry.
attack.
Alright.
Or it could be a heart attack. I'm
So
not
let's go and find
100%.
Tommy and the fireflies.
Some land. A ranch.
Cool. What kind?
Sheep. I would raise sheep. They're quiet. Do what they're told.
Yeah, okay. So, just you and a bunch of sheep. Stupid, but I wanted to save him.
Well, I reckon it's a lot more complicated than that.
It is.
Marlene, she's a lot of things, but she's... You gotta wake me up if that happens. You can't do things like this.
But I can. Because I just did.
I'm responsible for you, okay?
Then don't fall asleep. I was quiet. I checked my sticks. I looked for tracks. I found the high ground. And I kept watch. Like you taught me to.
She learned so
What can
much.
I say, man? I'm a natural.
Oh.
It's like, what you call it, undressing. And it is. It's like...
We're now
undressing.
tackling the English language. Which does have some
Still interested, though.
weird ways of doing things.
Easy.
Damn.
You'll be okay.
Oh shit. Please, please, please. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so concerned. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ah. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. We all good. Okay.
You just bought yourself 10 more seconds.
Doesn't look like this is a 2Z, so this is like actual people creating their own community. So that's pretty awesome. Wow. This is like a civilization. Wow. This is like better than what's happening in Boston. Kids. Oh my god. That's Tommy.
Tommy!
Aww. Oh, look at Ellie. She's aww. She knows what that means.
I came here to save you.
Oh my god! Joel's even crying. Oh my god, he's in tears. Ellie does not look happy though. Oh my god, they're so hungry.
There's more if you need it.
Thank you, ma'am. Been a while since we've had a proper meal.
Actually, I don't think I've ever had a proper meal. This is amazing.
Well,
Sorry.
oh my lord.
Let's mind our manners.
Aww. Parenting her. Aww.
What?
What's wrong with you?
What about her manners?
She was just curious. Kids around here don't usually look or talk like you.
Right. Well, maybe I'll teach them. And I won't let them come
Why?
back.
They also aren't.
Would it be nice to have a moment here, maybe just for family?
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Well, Maria is...
Oh! Oh!
Congrats.
Oh, okay.
Joel, say congrats.
The daughter-father dynamic here is a great...
Congrats.
How about a tour?
Oh, Joel is
Settled here
upset.
about 7 years ago.
It's like,
Just
why
a
didn't I
handful of
know
us
about
back then.
this?
That section was all.
Go. Sub MOA. And headshot those
Wow,
fuckers
there's
from
even
half mile out.
electricity. I didn't even
Teach you
notice
how?
that.
No, we can't.
Actually fucking works.
Ah, sheeps.
Hey, Joel, check it.
Oh, sheeps. 'Sheeps. 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 His dream.
So you like in charge?
No one person's in charge. I'm on the council, democratically elected, serving 300 people, including children.
Oh.
Everyone pitches in. We rotate patrols, food prep, repairs, hunting, harvesting.
Everything you see in our town, greenhouses, livestock, all shared. Collective ownership.
So, communism.
No. Oh my god.
Something like that.
It is that, literally. This is a commune. A communist.
Oh
No
Lord.
way.
Oh
That's our
man.
newest one.
We've been doing fine.
Why is he so?
Well, I'll
oh,
take
man.
Ellie
He's
over
having
there
it
if
so
you two
uneasy.
wanna catch up.
So how's Tess?
She's fine.
Oh my
Good.
god. He
The
lied.
kid?
Oh, yeah. Well, that rule.
I'm your brother.
Yeah, I'm aware.
The
They're
jealousy is
very
setting
protective
in.
of this place. And for good fucking reason. I mean, folks find out we're up here.
No, I heard. Wrong people might show up. Is that what I...
These last few months.
I'm gonna be a father.
Yeah, I figured.
It is a few months along now.
Yeah.
So I just gotta be more careful.
Oh, Joel. Oh man, I feel the jealousy. I feel.
Be honest, I'm scared to death.
Man, I can feel it. I can feel it. The confusion.
But I don't know.
The
I
anger.
feel like I'd be a good dad.
The jealousy. The hurt. I can feel this. The pain. The pain. Oh man.
Guess we'll find out.
He's thinking about Sarah, isn't he?
I guess we'll find out. That's all you got?
What else am I supposed to say?
Oh man, he does not have. He's not good with words, huh?
Just because life stopped for you doesn't mean it has to stop for me.
Ooh. Whew. Joel's hurt. Joel's in pain. I can feel it. He's either having a heart attack or a panic attack. It's either one of those. Aww. Looks like Sarah. Aww. Oh, that's a period cup. Oh.
No. Gross.
But very useful.
The district attorney out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Damn.
I put bad guys in jail.
Oh.
Sarah was Joel's daughter.
Oh. He never told her about Sarah.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
No, it's okay.
You stop killing people?
Innocent ones. And Tommy did it too. Are you worried about him?
Tommy was following
Touche.
Joel. The way you are now.
Well, maybe I'm smarter than Tommy. No offense.
Touche.
Well, definitely smart. Would have made a...
She got a point.
Now, come on. Grab your super fucking eggplant coat.
Where are we going?
Hey, but
The movies.
what? Movies are still a thing.
Garfield, I'm moving into the other.
Oh man, he is so upset.
I saw a man kill his own brother. To save her, well, I just watched. And today I thought that dog was gonna tear her apart because it smelled something on her. And all I did was stand there. I couldn't move. I couldn't think of anything to say. I was so afraid. You think I can stop? I'm failing in my sleep. It's all I do. It's all I've ever done. It's fail. Again and again.
You want me to take her?
I'm just gonna get her killed. I know it. I know it. And I have to leave her. Joel,
Oh
I
God.
mean, it's why you took off on me, right? To make up for the things we did. What's under her skin? They'll shoot her.
He's sounding like
It's
Tess.
the last thing I'll ever ask.
Oh my God, this is exactly what Tess said.
Why are you still here? If you're gonna ditch me, ditch me.
What exactly did you hear? Was the area better than I do?
Do you give a shit about me or not?
Of course I do.
Then what are you so afraid of? I'm not her, you know.
Oh no.
Maria told me about Sarah.
No.
Oh God.
Don't say another word. You have no idea what loss is.
Everybody I have cared for has either died or left me. Everybody fucking except for you! So don't tell me that I'd be safe with somebody else, because the truth is, I would just be more scared.
Shit.
You're right. You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad.
Oh my God.
Now come dawn, we're going our separate ways.
Wow, Joel. Wow, okay. That's how it's gonna be, huh, Joel? Running away from his own problems, huh? Someone give Patrick Pascal that Emmy, like, now.
Choice. I still think you'd be better off with Tommy.
Let's go.
Okay. Because Maria took mine, you know.
I already said yes, Joel.
Oh, he's teaching her how to. Aww.
Wide right. You're flinching.
The target's too small.
Eject the cartridge.
And I'm not flinching.
Mm-hmm.
Rifle just sucks.
Okay, give it.
I'm in right.
Joel is smiling! Oh my
Deep breath in,
God.
slow breath out.
I've never seen
Squeeze
Joel
the trigger
this
like you love it.
happy before.
Gentle, steady, nice and slow.
You gonna shoot this thing or get it pricked?
It's finally opened up. Ass.
Two main ways of looking at things. Some people wanted to own everything.
Oh, he's getting
Some
close
people
to
didn't want anyone to own
Ellie.
anything at all.
Aww.
Which one were you?
Neither. I just did my job.
The contractor.
He's finally opening it up. I love that.
Yeah, we were cool. Everybody loved contractors.
Sure.
It's kind of sheep.
Oh, see? One step closer to your dream. Don't see any fireflies, though.
They're probably in the middle.
What happened? Oh. Freaking monkey.
All the pins lead there. Maybe getting ahead of the weather. Better facilities. I don't know.
Oh man, they gotta go south. Oh, it's Raiders.
Out the back.
That's Raiders.
Joe!
Oh! No! Why would you do that?
Get on the horse. Get on the horse.
Oh, why would you pull that? Oh my god. Go, 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 go!
I think we're safe. Joel?
But Joel is bleeding.
Joel, no, no, no!
No!
Joel?
He's
Joel,
bleeding.
open your eyes. Open your eyes. Joel, you gotta get up. I can't fucking do this without you. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. What the fuck I'm gonna do. Joel. Please. Joel, please.
So that was Last of Us episode 6, and what an episode. I mean, definitely not a lot of the high stakes that we got in some of the previous ones, but this, I think what makes this episode so special is that we really start to dive into Ellie and Joel's relationship, right? Like, we really start to see kind of this dynamic between Joel and Ellie, and I think that this episode does such a phenomenal job just seeing the growth between, you know, Joel and Ellie, and how, you know, and just kind of their chemistry, and just seeing how much they've grown together. Given that from what we've seen, like, it's been about 3 months since they've been, you know, traveling together since their meet in Boston, and now we're really starting to see kind of this different sort of dynamic between them after really kind of coming close. I wouldn't say coming close, but really just, you know, opening to one another, especially kind of some of the revelations in terms of Ellie's case, knowing like what happened to Joel and why he is the way he is, right? So let's start off with just the beginning itself, right? I mean, it's totally cool to see how we see a different, you know, civilization. I believe they're in Wyoming from what I remember. And yeah, just to see that there's an actual community that is, you know, thriving, that has, you know, that isn't under dictatorship, that isn't under, you know, a military control. Just to see kind of how people are happy, how there's food, electricity, there's basically everything. They even have movies, which is like really insane to hear, just to see how much this community has grown, but also how they try to do so in a way where people have to be respectful to each other. I mean, it's really funny how Joel's like, so communism. That was a pretty hilarious bit. Just kind of like, oh, so this is like communism, right? So, but you can see kind of the order and balance of thing that's happening in the community, but also it means that they have to be really selective of the people who do enter their society, right? So that was really a really nice perspective right there, just to see, like, having seen things like Kansas City or Boston, heck, even like, I mean, even Frank and, you know, Bill's home that they were in, right? Like, that was a far better living experience than what we saw in Boston and Kansas City. And now here it is in Wyoming, where we see a much different sort of livelihood, this lifestyle, right? That was definitely a really cool perspective to see right there. That was, I mean, I love how, like, again, like, you can see just how Joel was kind of like trying to figure out whether or not he wants to get into this world, like this whole society and whatnot, because of, you know, it just seems just too casual, too calm, given just the world that's happening around, right? Like, there's infected everywhere, but at the same time, the way that they structured the whole community and the location itself plays a big role, right? So I think that really plays a big part of like what's going on in that community and whatnot, right? So I really love just seeing just the whole world building right there. But more importantly, I think the most important part is really seeing how, you know, just Joel finally meeting up with his brother Tommy after like how long, right? So it sounds like it's been like not just months, but almost like a year or so since he's last seen Tommy. And I mean, you can just see from Joel's face just how much, you know, things have changed for Tommy, right? Like you can hear the pain that, you know, when Tommy reveals to him that, oh, he's about to have a child, and you can feel that pain coming from Joel, knowing that, wow, like he's he's able to have a child, he's able to have a family, and for me, I had all that taken away 20 years ago. Like, you can just sense just the pain that he was feeling, right? Like, I think this, when it comes to this episode, of course, like, this episode is basically Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey stealing the show, right? I mean, especially for Joel's scenes, right? Just to see just how much, how broody he is, how tough he is, because of the experience that happened 20 years ago, right? Like, he hasn't been a very happy person because of, the outbreak, losing Sarah, and just to see just how everyone's so happy, including his brother, right, Tommy. I mean, you can just sense how sad he feels, and he doesn't know how to really, like, I feel like you can tell how confused he feels, but also the jealousy that comes out of him, just seeing just how things are looking so happy and so, satisfactory in this whole community. And it's just like, you can sense that coming out of, Joel. And I mean, you gotta give props to Pedro Pascal, right? Like, when he is talking to Tommy, right? Like, as much as the fact that he doesn't want to admit anything, he doesn't want to express his feelings, because he is such a toughy macho man type of guy that we've seen so far in this whole show. He doesn't want to express his feelings. He doesn't, want to get too close with anybody. Like, he even though he is that type of person, I think the fact is that he finally let his guard down and opens up his feelings to Tommy, and eventually with Ellie, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But let's talk first with Tommy, and just to see him kind of, close off all his walls and actually open up, right? I think this is the first time we really see him, like, because we already saw how he started to have hope, right? A couple of episodes back. And even though after Tessa's death, like, that's what pushed him to really continue his job, right? The more he got close to Ellie, the more we got to sense that, okay, he is finally opening up. He may not show off as this guy who wants to, open up to everyone. He wants to keep a closed door out of everyone. Eventually, it seems as if the more he got close to Ellie, the more he starts to sense this hope, right? And we really sense that hope in that conversation that he had with Tommy, saying how, with everything that happened, having seen what, Ellie having survived not just one but 2 bites now, he himself having witnessed that she hasn't been, turned, and that she seems to be immune, and then realizing that, well, after everything that's happened, he doesn't know if he's good enough to really, take her across and, get her to the Fireflies who can find that, vaccine, right? So just to get the sense of that, and just him just breaking down, knowing that, just the reality of things, right? Like, how things are seeming as if there could be a way to go back, maybe not going back to normalcy, but going back to a time where things were much more happier place, right? You can sense that out of Joel. And I mean, you gotta give props to Pedro Pascal, who really just gives it his all, right? The depth of the performance that he put in tonight. And then, of course, not just with Tommy, right? But with Ellie. How Ellie's trying to open up to him, because now she knows, as of now, why Joel acts like this, why he's such a tough person, knowing that, well, he's the one who lost Sarah, he's the one, because of his experience 20 years ago, he became this person. He never smiled in like a long time, and now, and here's the thing, we saw from the last episode, right, where Joel had this fear. We can see from his face how scared he looks, because the last thing he ever wants to do is get too close to Ellie and then eventually have to relive a similar tragic situation that he had to deal with 20 years ago. And then we saw that happening with Henry and Sam, and then that gave him even more of that fear, right? Like, he doesn't want to go through that ever again. And when we get that sense right here, it's like, well, he doesn't want to be close to Ellie, because the last thing he wants to do or even have to deal with is having this same sort of feeling, or like having to relive a similar scenario in his life where he loses someone close to him and having to, be at his low point again. And I think that that's something that we really get a sense of, that this is the fear that he has. This is his greatest fear now going into it, knowing that he has Ellie by his side, now that he is Ellie's protector. And we really get that sense more and more into this episode. And you can, again, Pedro Pascal does such an amazing job in this episode. Just showing that depth. Like, after having been such this one sort of character who's always been a tough person, right? We finally see the vulnerability from Joel's side, like something that he's always kept from everyone. And I mean, it's just insane how Pedro Pascal just really manages to really embody Joel, and just again showing not just the one side of him, but another side of him where he is scared, where he is fearful, even though he doesn't show it off, but he is scared. And then why he doesn't want to get too close to Ellie, why he has this door shut from her, why he doesn't want to, tell her anything about his old life, right? So again, the fact that we really start to see this dynamic really grow between Joel and Ellie is a really big part, right? Like we even see in Ellie's room, right, where he doesn't want to get close to her. He even says that I don't think that you are like my daughter, and I'm not going to be like your father. Like, just the sheer heartbreak coming from that, right? I mean, from Ellie's side, you can tell that at this point, like, Joel is basically like a father figure to her. From just that conversation, right? It's pretty clear that Ellie thinks of Joel as someone not only that she considers a protector, but also someone who she considers almost like a father figure, a parental figure in this case, right? Because I mean, even though he tries to, not to get too close to her, he is sort of teaching her the ways, answering questions, telling her what world was like before the outbreak and all that sort of thing, right? Which is typically what parents would do, like, explain about things that are going here and there, and even teaching them things, right? Like having her, teaching her how to use how to use a gun 2 episodes ago. And we can just see how Ellie just finds him to be the only thing that she cares about. And even though, like, again, we see where Joel is trying to not get too close to her, Ellie's trying to prove to him that he doesn't have to be this way. And again, just seeing that sheer dynamic right there in that room. And then just later on where he eventually does change his mind and realize that, well, maybe he needs to move on, and maybe it's time that, maybe he might need to change, knowing that, again, because having seen what happened in Wyoming, the community in Wyoming, that, things might be going back to the way it was, or at least in some portion of it, right? So again, just later on when you do see how they're traveling later on, where he does eventually change his mind, takes her, all that sort of stuff, right? Like, I just love how you can see the dynamic between Joel and Ellie, how they start to really get comfortable with each other. You can see Joel smiling. I mean, just to see, again, just the growth that we've seen from these two characters has been amazing so far. And then, of course, when we get to the, the school, the college, right? And then the Raiders there, and then all of a sudden the sudden, shock that, Joel has been stabbed. Just the sheer heartbreak, just the jaw dropping, my gut dropping, seeing Ellie's gut dropping, just having that happening all of a sudden. I mean, that is the most scariest situation, of course. Like, even for Ellie, the only person she can trust is Joel, and the last thing she needs to deal with is losing him, right? And that was a really scary situation. I mean, the fact is that for someone like Joel, like, he should know not to pull it out, of course. Like, you're supposed to keep it in and trying to not, bleed to death. And now he put himself in a situation where he is bleeding to death. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm going to hope that maybe, because from the looks of it, I did see the promos, next episode's going to be focusing on Riley and Ellie. So I'm going to assume that episode 8 is going to go back to Joel and Ellie and focus upon whether or not Joel is going to survive. I'm going to hope that he does. Maybe he will. I mean, who knows? We'll see. Like, that is a very scary thing to say. And again, that they ended that off with a cliffhanger, and they're probably not going to resolve that by the next episode, but the episode after. So we'll see how things go out in terms of that. But that's a very scary situation. And not just that, but again, just to see how close Ellie and Joel has gone, just to see how they're finally kind of bonding as like a father-daughter figure. Amazing how this episode really sets that up. And again, I mean, I'm hoping that Joel is okay. Maybe some miracle happens. We'll see in probably episode 8 as of this point. But oh wow, I mean, just give Pedro Pascal his Oscar. This was his peak today. Like, he really just gave it his all as Joel today, whether it be a very vulnerable Joel, a Joel that was really finally opening up to Ellie, really kind of getting close to her, or the fact that, the fears that he has on what's going to happen to Ellie. I mean, just again, Pedro Pascal tonight has really stolen it. Bella Ramsey, just to see her as well in this episode, she really, really is embodying, just again, Ellie, showing her own fears as well, trying to open up to Joel, trying to talk to him. I mean, you have to also give props to Bella Ramsey in this episode as well. They've done such an amazing job in this episode as well. They are just doing, I mean, just to see her again, just like, again, the way that Bella Ramsey just breaks down and is just and I'm not just upset, but scared. Just to see the sheer fear of her, right? Like, the last thing she needs is to lose someone else that is close to her. That is, like, in a way that, because she even says early in the episode, she's lost so many people, which I'm going to assume are, like, Riley, her mom, people who've left her, of course, and saying that, Joel's the only thing that she has left. And now here it is, like, Ellie is about to lose another person, someone who at this point, at this stage of this, this whole show, is probably the closest person she's ever been with. And you have to give props to Bella Ramsey again for really just showing the emotionality, the depth that, that Ellie's feeling this episode. And again, you have to give props to both Pedro Pascal and Ellie and Bella Ramsey. They both did a fantastic job in this episode, just really showing again the dynamic between Joel and Ellie. This was their episode. This was literally their episode today. So that is just amazing to see again, just to see this growth is probably the highlight of this episode. But also, I'm totally scared for Joel. I think everyone's gonna be scared for Joel. Like, the last thing we need right now is to lose Joel. And it seems as if Bella Ramsey is probably going to have even more of an impact by the next episode, now that we're probably going to be focusing more on Ellie's story from the looks of it, from what I've seen in the promos. So that's something that I look forward to. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say about episode 6. Again, like, just the way that the roller coaster ride of all things that are happening, and just the way that they end off things in a very scary but cliffhanger note. Hopefully we'll see a resolution to that. Maybe not by the next episode, but episode 8. But that's all I have to say about that. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think about Joel and Ellie's dynamics so far in this episode? What do you think? Have you enjoyed kind of just how, their relationship has evolved as of this point? What do you think about Joel kind of finally opening up to not just Tommy, but to Ellie about, things, and, finally letting his guard down a little bit to at least get closer to Ellie, as we see in the latter half of this episode? What are your thoughts about Joel surviving? Do you think Joel will survive the bleeding that he's dealing with right now? What does Ellie have to do to really, get them back on their feet? And can they finally succeed and find the Fireflies? Because it seems as if they keep having to move around everywhere they go, which makes things even more complicated. Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe.